We have an exciting show here today, just a great and exciting. We have an awesome woman of God here today that is going to teach and educate the community, the men and the women in the community. You know, let me take a break and say, hi, how are you out there on onshore? You know, whether you're listening to the app or if you haven't had a chance to download the app, go to your Android or iPhone and download the app, Doc Radio. And you can also listen to us on the website at www.docradiolive.com. We have, again, an awesome author with us today. Her name is Shirley A. Jones. Shirley A. Jones is from Texas. She is a native and a longtime Arlington resident, a healthcare industry specialist, and a proud mother of three. She has volunteered with multiple community organizations and is a spiritual events motivational speaker. Singing and writing, and I think she got an album that's gonna come out. I heard it through the grapevine. I don't know, so don't quote me on it. She might. I don't know, because she's a singer. And she's singing and writing and just passionate about everything she does. Shirley is also a high sought after performer, frequently asked to perform for private parties and public events. So let me tell you, if she's going out to all those private parties and public events, she got a lot of information to share with us, and she put it in a book. And this debut book is called "It's a Man's Work That Never's Done, Not a Woman's." It's a man's work. Let me make sure I got it good and got it right. It's a man's work that is never done, not a woman's. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Onshore. Welcome Onshore. Shirley A. Jones.
Hello, and thanks for having me. I am the author of It's a Man's Work That's Never Done, Not a Woman's. And the inspiration from writing this book was simply because one day I was out and I was doing errands, and I happened to see men that were strolling through the park with their kids, pushing strollers, shopping in the grocery stores, and they were also in the malls. And that's something that we see every now and then, but they don't ever get credit for that. So on my way back to the house, the Holy Ghost whispered to me and said, see, it's a man's work that's never done, not a woman's. And so I thought that was a good topic for a book. Now, ladies, the topic of this book takes absolutely nothing away from you. It's only saying thank you for the guy that's in your life for what he does and the responsibility that we feel that they should and that they do.
Okay, so basically you're telling us what actually inspired you to write this book. You know, what came into what was your vision that said, hey, we need to get this book out there? What in the community that said, hey, I need to get this story out? I need to share this story.
A lot of relationships don't last long, so my desire is for us to balance out a relationship and not let it be so one-sided. One-sided relationships don't tend to last very long. So there's different scenarios in this book that actually helps with balancing out relationships and how sometimes we take what men do for granted, that we don't really pay close attention to what we expect for them to do and all that they do. So it's about saying thank you. Men really don't require a lot, just respect and gratitude.
I have a flashback because it really takes me back to what my son said. My son said, you know, some of these girls, I open the door up, open for them, and they just walk through, don't even look back and say thank you, don't even look back and say anything, I appreciate it. They don't say nothing, and it's just those simple things that he asked for. You know, just if I open the door up, just say thank you, just do something, and you know, to let you know I'm appreciated, not just,
Right. And I commend you for raising your son to be chivalrous. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to do that, but you do have some women that think that's what he's supposed to do. It'll last just a little bit longer, and then when there's an opportunity for him to head for the hills or leave, he'll think about it maybe once or twice and kind of like, it's good, it's okay, this life I'm living is nice, and so it'll last a little bit longer.
Okay, if you're just now tuning in, we are on the radio with Shirley A. Jones, the author of It's a Man's Work That's Never Done, not a woman's. And I just have a plethora of questions, so please feel free to call in or make a note on Facebook, and she will definitely contact or respond back on Facebook. You talked about there's some scenarios. There are three different scenarios. Can you expound on one of the scenarios or what we can expect? Don't give the whole thing away, because we still want our readers to be excited and jump in the book and not give so much of it away. But
right, I don't mind elaborating just a little bit on the three scenarios that I have. There are three different guys in three different situations. What I want you to realize is that when a man's wealthy, rich, or whether he worked his way up, his responsibility doesn't change. So these three scenarios about these three different guys and their families kind of shows that his responsibility doesn't change because of his financial status, because everyone doesn't have the same status. So whether he's rich, wealthy, or he worked his way up, the responsibility is the same. Now, of course, you know, if he's a little wealthy or rich, it makes it a little easier, but he still has to tell whomever it is that he has working for him, I need this done this way, and I want this done that way, and my wife likes it done this way. My child has allergies and he can't eat this, and don't take him there and drop this one off there. So the responsibility doesn't change for a man because of his status. That's what the scenario is all about.
now, does either one of these characters hold it like a special place in your heart, or is it?
I am personally fond of Frankie. I love his story. I love the life that he lived and how he got to be where he was. I love that part because all of it's reality. And some people need to know that men work hard to get at a place where he's comfortable enough to, you know, ask a woman to be his or become a father. And before he does things like that, he kind of like to be stable. You know, he want to be comfortable where he is, and that way he's able to do these things that we expect of him to do.
And you know, just jumping a little bit, I'm just going to sway a little bit off the book because we have had you in the Doc Bookshop, and you talked about the scenario about in terms of what men are actually looking for in a woman. Does any of those characters in the book go on that path and say, this is what I want in a woman, this is what I'm looking for in a woman, or are they all already in a relationship? Or
they are actually, a couple are in a relationship already, and then one works his way up to one. But yes, they do know the kind of woman they want in their lives. They're not confused. They are at a place in their life where they're ready to take on someone else. They're comfortable with it. And so they're actually saying, I'm ready for a wife, I'm ready for a girlfriend, a fiance, or whatever it adds up to be. So yeah, they are.
And I like how you said before. You said, you know, sometimes we think men are always into, you know, looks and this and that, but they do have certain expectations. They do want somebody with a certain credit score. You know, they do want. Yeah, I listen. Yes, they do want. They have certain needs and wants. You know, because if their mother's been around and putting certain values in that, they're going to carry it. And when they look for that other woman, they're going to want her to have certain values. You know, maybe able to cook. These are simple things, you know.
My outlook on that is, and that's absolutely right. You're right. It's okay if you ask, what's your credit score? Because if he was disciplined enough to make sure that he's ready to bring people into his life, that means financially he has to be ready. So is it fair for him to meet someone whose credit score is a 299 or 300 and his is much higher than that, and he has to work his way down to bring it back up and maybe start all over again, and then when her credit is better, she leaves and he has to start all over again? Oh, we know many men that have done that. I know some that have done that. And so yes, some men do ask now, no matter how beautiful you are, inside or out, what is your credit score?
So all men ain't just looking for a trophy wife, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And some of them have been taught. You know, some of them had a mother that had time to teach them about chivalry and how to treat a woman. And then you have some that didn't have the hero in their life or didn't have the father or the mother was working, so she didn't have time to teach him, everything he needed to know. So the only thing he knows in a relationship is the ones that didn't work. So when you get a guy in your life, teach him how to love you. Because the only thing he knows right now is about the last relationship, and that one didn't work because he's with you. Teach him how to love you. Teach him the original you. It's okay.
Well, say that. Say that.
Yes.
Okay, so you said a lot, but what do you actually hope the readers would take away? Your readers, what do you want them to be able to take away?
From the title, yes, ma'am. From the title of my book, I want readers to realize that a relationship, it's gonna almost have to be balanced if you want it to last a long time. And I know we put a lot on guys and we expect for them to do a lot of things, and that's okay. That's okay. But come on, ladies, balance that thing out. It's okay sometimes if you hold him if he's not having a good day. It's okay if you offer to do. He may tell you, no, baby, I have it. But just to know that you offered and wanted to do it, that's a great help. They don't require much. Not much at all. Just gratitude and respect.
You hear that, everybody out there in the listening audience? Gratitude and respect. Gratitude and respect. I want to go off the cover of your book. I've been looking at the cover of your book. You have to get the book, you guys, because you won't know this detail. Because we have all these images that are actually on covers of book. But this is a very interesting image. It's a man in a shadow, almost like a silhouette. And can you just describe the cover of your book? I mean, it's some detail that I see that is not going to be obvious because, oh, that's just a cover, whatever. But, when I look at book covers all the time, I'm like, there is something to this book cover,
It is.
It's not, I got a model or anything like that. It's, wow.
Okay, now my book cover does have a silhouette of a guy. The colors, purple is my favorite color, and it's also royalty. And that's what I think we should see when we're with that significant person.
Ooh,
My birthstone,
yes,
my birthstone is turquoise, so that's why the guy's turquoise, and he has glasses on because a man is always thinking. He doesn't do a lot of talking, but he does a lot of thinking. It's in his head.
That's shout material. Let me tell you something. And I had to applaud myself right now, okay, for real. Because, everybody ain't going to pick up on this.
Right.
But, I'm looking like, hey. And let me tell you, she breaking down the colors and everything. A lot of people don't get into that detail. I said, there's something with this cover, and it is true. Okay, we're going to have to redo that because I interrupted. So let's just go down that road again. Because, at some point, you guys, we just can't just do. We have to really do with a purpose. And she is a mother. She is a tremendous queen mother. Okay,
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
I will say again that purple, though it's my favorite color, it's also royalty. And that's how we should feel about the person that we're in a relationship with. And the color of the silhouette is turquoise. That's my birthstone. But the glasses are because a man he's a thinker. He's always thinking. He's not loquacious. Women, we're very talkative. Men think in their head. They don't walk around speaking, well, I have to get that shingle done. I have to get the oil change. Oh, I have to change the tires on the car. They don't do that. They just know that they have to do that, but it's in their head. You ever just talk to one and you was fussing at him about something and you're like, do you hear me talking to you? And they just still looking because they're in that quiet place. And they don't do a lot of they're not very argumentative. That's not the nature. If you go against the nature of something, you never get the full potentials of it. So, if you want to get the full potential of your man, respect, gratitude, just say thank you. Just say thank you. And I promise you, you'll get a lot more out of him. And if you balance that relationship out, realize that some things that you can help him do to balance. And then you know what, ladies? Ask yourself this question. Ask him. Is there anything that I can do to make our marriage better?
Ooh.
Is there anything that you would like for me to change so that we both can be on one accord? It's okay. That's a question we don't ask men.
Now, do I ask that question if I'm single and I'm looking? Can I ask that question Is it?
You can ask that question, period. It's a good question to ask. It really is.
Okay, your stories are remarkable. Where is it actually set? Is it in Texas or is it
worldwide? My book is worldwide. You can go on any book, online, any bookstore, and put in "It's a Man's Work That's Never Done, Not a Woman." It'll pop up.
So you can go onto any platform. Of course, I will always push the bookshop.com, but you can go in any indie bookstore in your community. You know, you also go on to Amazon, make Amazon your second. Please support your community if you have to, but please get this book, not only for yourself, even if you're not, get it for a friend. It's okay. Get it for Valentine's Day is coming up, all kind of days. It's a great opportunity to get this book and have some discussion points on it, because this is some great discussion. It leads to some great discussion. This is a great piece of work, and I am just so excited that you were able to come into the studio today. She was actually in the Doc Bookshop for a book signing. I was like, man, this is way too powerful to let you get out of here. How much time do you have? I just need to spend some more time with me, because I know there's so many people out there in the community across the world that, you know, this is not an isolated thing. Absolutely. You know, and that's why I really like this cover. This can impact anybody, you know, it can help anybody, and it's a great story, just a great story. I'm excited about getting deeply into the book. I hit the surface, but you know me, I really love and dive in the book, so we're going to probably have a conversation with her again once I finish the book, because I'm going to have some more questions, because I know she does a lot of symbolism and all that stuff. Absolutely. Now. So she probably got to play on words. And I hear, is there a sequel coming out?
Yes, there's a sequel to "It's a Man's Work That's Never Done, Not a Woman." Every scenario in the book is left open.
Oh gosh, she got cliffhangers in the book.
Yes,
Lord,
it's open. So
Lord have mercy.
I'm going to get the answers. And I will say this: if you go out on my website, shirleyjones.webs.com, and you go under contact, there is a place where you can leave me your email and ask a question. And who knows, maybe your question will be in the sequel, the Q&A. Yes.
Oh, I got to deal with cliffhangers. Oh, they just stress me out, because you don't get no sleep. How long is it going to take you to write the sequel? Because let me tell you,
we're already working on it.
Because I got readers out there, they're going to be like, what? Okay, they're going to be calling you, texting you, everything else, because you done left us in a cliffhanger. And I love it. And you're going to have a lot of readers following you. I can see this is your debut book.
From your mouth to God's ears, yes.
Oh my God.
Cliffhangers are good. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. And I've already started the sequel, so it won't be long.
So if you have any comments, please leave comments for us. She's definitely going to take some comments, and if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to us. I am excited that she's here today. Oh, we got people in the audience. We got the studio audience. Okay, did anybody want to pop up and say something in the mic real quick in support of what's going on here? Nobody want to step up and say something real quick and say hi, at least say hi to the people. We got a daughter here. She's getting ready to come in and just hit the mic real quick and say hi to everybody. She is the manager, the super guru, and just kind of saying hi. And how do you think the journey is?
Hi, my name is Shandalyn Wortham. I am the daughter of the lovely author Shirley A. Jones, and it's been quite a journey thus far. Just watching her put everything together, asking questions, and just her thoughts, but to read it all together was actually quite amazing, even though I was there with her when she was writing it. Just to put it all together was quite amazing. I learned a few things myself, even though she's raised me for 36 years. There's still some stuff, that I learned just reading the different, out of the 3 scenarios. It was amazing. So if you haven't heard about it, definitely go out on the website, or like we said, they're on all platforms at Amazon. And
you gonna do audiobook or ebook?
I do have an ebook. Yes.
Okay, so we cater to all platforms here at the Doc Bookshop. We love ebooks, audiobooks, anything that satisfy your needs as long as you're reading. So Onshore is definitely supported by the Doc Bookshop. Onshore is on Doc Radio. It is every Thursday at 7 p.m. We got some great up and coming guests. But I also want to talk about her tour. I know she's going to be back at the Doc Bookshop for the Power of Love. Yes. Let me tell you, everybody, let me tell you, we get so much about the power of love. I think it might be that Stephanie Mills spirit that everybody just love the power of love. But she is going to be great. I mean, we got her all in one package. She's singing, she's author. That's kind of music and books is what we do. And we got that all in one package. So you are going to be in for a treat at Power of Love. And no, I do not know the date. But, but you will get a lot of, we'll be talking about it a lot on Onshore. So every week we'll be talking about the Power of Love featuring Shirley A. Jones. So please stay with us. And we have, okay, we got another guest. Oh, we got another guest.
Hi, my name is China. I'm Peach Baby, the oldest. And so I just want to say, you guys, you really have to get this book. Not only is it an accomplishment, a dream, her baby. She's worked on this. This has been her life for a long time, a part of her life for a long time. So if you want to support someone that's so worthy of it, I please definitely go get this book. You will not be the same after reading it. So you have to support and get this book.
My son.
Oh, yeah, you got to come with it.
Hey guys, this is David. I can say one thing about the book that I learned is that it's good to have a woman to speak out for the men. Women always have women, representing them, but to have a woman to represent us men and to have it right the first time, that speaks volume. This book has taught me some stuff, as well as her. I think if you read the book, I think men and women could both learn something in this book.
Now, I have to ask you a quick question. Are you one of the characters in the book, or?
No, ma'am.
Not that you know of, or just know here.
No, ma'am.
I can say that I bounced some questions off my son. I really did. I needed a man's point of view. So yeah, he's a sweetie. I love my son. My kiddos are cool.
Again, you know what, let me tell you something, this is a book for everyone. Everyone can enjoy this book. Everyone can enjoy this piece of work. We had in the store earlier at the Doc Bookshop, one of the guys walk in, he actually looked at the title of the book and oh my gosh, he had to hug her. It meant so much to him. He told me that, man, I feel bad. I had to kiss on the cheeks, but the title just got to me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that, but it's just that title. Nobody ever considered that aspect. I said, I'm sure she's okay. She's a mother. And did you say, were you a grandmother?
I am. I have.
She's a mother. So I
said,
don't fall. I told him don't fall apart about it. It is what it is. We know.